I'm very excited because late last week I was able to get my hands on the new DJI Mavic 3. They've taken the Pro out of the name because maybe they've taken a couple of the Pro features away. Overall, I'm very, very happy with the drone. I've been able to test the imaging systems and the flight dynamics in 3 different locations and a few different light settings, and yeah, like I said, I'm very happy. It is an upgrade from the Mavic 2, huge upgrade from 5 years ago with the Mavic 1. So yeah, 5 years of development, they've really come a long way. You can probably see in the payload there, you can see it's definitely gotten bigger. Dual cameras, the zoom is incredible. It's definitely grainy, but they've given it the right name when they call it Explore mode, because that explains it well. It gives you a good extra eye in the sky, but probably not the best thing for commercial video delivery, but we'll wait and see. There might be an application we can use it for. But overall, really, really happy. I'll show you some of the footage and explain some of the things in detail that I liked and didn't like. All right, so let's get into the bad stuff first. So the first thing I want to bring up, and there's really only 2 things I want to bring up that are bad about it, because overall it is a really great drone. But the first thing I want to complain about is on the standard Fly More combo, which is all I've got for now. The Cine version isn't available here in Australia yet. I probably won't upgrade to that from what I've seen on this, but the standard controller that you get with the standard Fly More combo is not really a prosumer controller, and there's a lot of things you miss out on, and I feel like it is a downgrade from even the Mavic 2 Pro controller. But you know, look, it feels good in some ways and bad in others. It definitely doesn't work well with larger iPads or anything like that. But overall, I just find it a little bit mediocre for what you are paying for this drone and what I've been used to with the Mavic 2 Pro. So I'm totally aware they're trying to push us into the RC Pro. I've never been a big fan of those integrated controllers because generally the iPad gives you more upgradability and flexibility, and there's a lot of apps that aren't available on the RC Pro, so I've usually stayed clear of them and stuck with the standard controller. So the only other issue that I reckon I had with the drone was that the app, the DJI FLY app, is also a bit of a downgrade from the DJI Go 4 app. It just lacks some of the more professional controls in the camera and in the obstacle avoidance. So those sort of things I really did miss as well when I was out using it. Both of these issues I think I'll get over and get used to in time. Overall, the benefits definitely outweigh the downsides, and even without any of the intelligent flight modes and master shots, I'm still happy with the upgrades even as it is. So yeah, I don't know if that says that I'm a simple man, but I'm giving it 2 thumbs up at the moment, and there's obviously more to come, so it's only going to get better from here, so that's a good thing. All right, so definitely the best feature from the new DJI Mavic 3 is the increased image quality. The Micro Four Thirds sensor from DJI/Hasselblad is definitely improvement over the 1-inch one from the Mavic 2. You definitely get better sharpness and dynamic range in your photos. You're definitely getting less rolling shutter and more options and flexibility with your video. This is just the standard version of the drone too, with the 150 megabit compression into MP4 H.264 format that I'm using at the moment. So that looks really good. I had a little bit of a play around with the D-Log. It looks almost unusable at the moment, but I'll test that out later in the editing desk. But overall, the imaging systems are amazing, and when you consider they've chucked in that extra bonus Explore camera, then you know what I mean, it's really just icing on top of the awesome cake. So yeah, really impressed with the imaging from it, and it's definitely a big upgrade from 3 years ago, so you can feel good about that. So the next thing that's really impressive that might seem rudimentary and boring is the battery life. The battery life, which is what they say at 46 minutes. My air data comes in and says that the flight time is around 26 minutes, but it says that the flight time on these was averaging at about 18 to 19 minutes at max. So it seems that there's around 10 extra minutes on this one, which is a big improvement, still a 33% improvement on average, I think, which is really good, and it feels a lot more casual in the sky. The more efficient props, which are also quieter, I think help to improve the battery life. And the motors obviously do as well. But yeah, it's a really, really good, casual, easy flying drone. And yeah, as you'll see, I've put it out over the ocean and everything still. So that was really good. So there's just one other thing that I thought I should bring up, and it's not good nor bad. I think it's just a numbers game. As I said, I work in the industry where we sell drones, a lot of numbers go out, and I can promise you that hardly any come back for actual fault. Obviously, we get the odd drone come in for user error or pilot error. But yeah, when it comes to actual faults, it's very, very rare to see one of these drones be faulty. But turns out I got one of the faulty ones. So the downward vision sensor has gone faulty for whatever reason. It just came up with an error in the screen and it won't go away. And because the drone's literally less than a week old, I'll take it back to the retailer, because here in Australia, most good retailers will have a 90-day dead on arrival, which means that if there's any issues within that time that aren't your fault, you'll just get a swap over. And that just means that you can get back in the sky without having to send it off to DJI, which can be a 4-week turnaround. And if you've just had your drone arrive in the post and you have a 4-week turnaround to get flying after less than a week of flying yourself, that'll really piss you off. So I suggest before you buy your drone, just make sure that the retailer you're dealing with does allow you to have dead on arrival if the drone is faulty due to no fault of your own. So check into that. It's definitely a hot tip I got for you. The drone itself, I think once this one is swapped over, all things being equal, it will be awesome. And come January with the new updates, it'll be even more awesome. But it's a big upgrade. My Mavic 2, after many hours of flight, started to lose its dual band capability when it came to radio transmission. So I was down to a single band, which made it a little inconvenient. So it was time for an upgrade anyway. So I was very open to this, but it definitely delivered all the goods. So overall, if I had to give it a score out of 10, it would be a 9.5 or 10, because yeah, with everything that's coming, I love it already. And yeah, can't wait to get flying again. So that pretty much sums it up. The Mavic 3 is a great drone. I definitely appreciate the upgrade. Stay tuned to the channel, because I'm going to do more videos doing comparisons and reviews and talking about the Mavic 3. So it's going to make a really big impact in the business for the next few months. So I'm really excited, and I'm sure I'm going to bring all that stuff to you via this channel. So don't forget to follow, like and subscribe across all the different platforms, because otherwise you might miss out on something. So hit the like button and get into it. Thanks guys.